Welcome to the St. Louis Park Rec Center and the first of which will be many Metro West Conference girls hockey games. Tonight we've got the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights, the 18th ranked team in Class AA, playing host to the Bloomington Jefferson / Kennedy combination Jaguars and Eagles. It is a cooperative program covering the city of Bloomington. They come in with an 8-8 record. My name is John Fromm, and be with you, joining you all night tonight. We're expecting a really good battle. I had a nice opportunity to visit with Coach Terps, the Benilde longtime head coach, who last year had an opportunity to guide his Red Knights to a runner-up state finish last year. They had a remarkable 28-2-1 record last year for the Red Knights. This year, a little bit rebuilding program because they graduated, I believe, 8 seniors off last year's team. Only 2 seniors on this year's red and white Benilde St. Margaret's team, as you see them gathered around the junior goaltender, number 30. Anna DeGiulio going to get the call in net tonight, as she has every game. She's only a junior. You see she's got the captain's moniker, and she comes in with a 2.68 brilliant goals against and a really stellar .905 save percentage. And on the other side for the Jaguars, as I'm going to refer to them tonight, in net tonight will be number 30, Briar Hagen. And we're ready to play hockey tonight, and thanks for joining us here at the Rec Center. Both teams going to start out in neutral, and here's Julia Stells for Benilde St. Margaret, going to push the puck in deep for the Red Knights, and it's regrouped and taken by Callie McCullen, one of the big senior leaders back there on defense. And here's 27 Fashing for the Jaguars. She's going to throw a cross-rink pass. Nobody home, but Bianchi going to shoot it all the way down and wheel to the bench. In deep for the Jaguars on a nice offensive forecheck. Number 2, Mackenzie Booth, who just came on the ice. And it's swept behind the Red Knight net, and Swedberg going to cross-ice rink it. Unable to get anybody home there as she was trying to hit Maggie Connery. And the puck shot down again and shot in, and that was 13, Nikki Nightingale shooting it in for Jaguars. Came right out in front of DeJulia there, but nobody home. And here's a break for the Red Knights. Here's Crystal Sorum. Sorum, the right-handed shooting junior, bangs it in and swoops it around to her counterpart, Sydney Simone. Simone, left-handed shooter on a forecheck there. These are the 2 big guns for the Red Knights, as Simone and Sorum both have 9 goals on the season and 6 and 7 assists respectively. Here's a break, a 1-on-2 opportunity for Jefferson, as Kristen Sacco's shot hits harmlessly off Swedberg and falls into the corner. Wrapped around the Red Knight net, and they're going to break it out as Heather Mostrom going to run a cross-rink pass that's taken away momentarily by McAllen, who dumps it in. We're just underway here at the Rec Center. Metro West Conference action as the Jefferson Kennedy Jaguars are locking up with the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. Should be a good one, so stick with us here on 16. Benilde will try to break it out of their own zone again. Oh, puck shot right out front, and a nice save by DeGiulio, as number 5, Sabrina Smith, had an opportunity. Smith going to hit the bench, and the Red Knights breaking it out here. Here is Grace Peluso going to hit the red line. She's momentarily checked off the puck. And here comes number 39, third-line player and freshman Ingrid Lundberg going to push it into the corner. She's getting some help on the forecheck from Ellie Barr. Taken away on a reversal by the Jaguars. And a nice pinch-up at center ice by the Red Knights, and they momentarily gain possession of the line and shoot it deep. Wheeling around her own net, Sarah Freshy going to bang it off the plexiglass high and out to center ice, where Swedberg going to dump it and push it into the Jaguar zone again. Swedberg, the senior captain and leader for the Red Knights, from her left blue line spot, gets it over on a cross-rink pass, and there's Ellie Barr, number 10, one of the sophomores for the Red Knights, who fires that shot on net, and indeed Briar Hagen going to stop that, and we'll have a face-off to the left of her. 14:20 run remaining in the first period, if you just joined us here. Pushed on in to start things, Booth on the defensive forecheck for Jefferson. And the Red Knights going to gain control at center ice, and indeed here is Mostrom, who's just going to shoot it down. It looks like we're going to have an icing whistled. So Heather Mostrom, one of the junior defensemen for Benilde. As I mentioned, only 2 seniors on the Benilde roster. As you take a look at Coach Terps, longtime Benilde St. Margaret's head coach. He's assisted by Bill Goro, Gino Peluso, Amy Jones, and Sanya Sandal. And he was a state champion himself, as he was a member of the '73 Hibbing Blue Jackets, who won the state boys high school championship. So really been around hockey a long time. Coached at Cooper High School as a varsity coach for several years as well. So after the faceoff, Vanille going to take possession of the puck and push it towards center ice, where Cornell going to try to forecheck aggressively, getting a little help from Connery on her right wing position as it's pushed behind the Jaguar net. Here's Graff behind her net from her left D slot. She works it up the sidewall, and indeed getting help as well, as it's a nice offensive forecheck there by Crystal Sorum for the Red Knights. She's taken off the puck momentarily on a nice back check that time by the Jaguars. 1-on-2 opportunity, and she's just going to shoot it in deep and wheel off the fly as Alex Getter is going to head to the bench here. Here's Sorum again from her center position. She's going to cross rink it over to Simone. Simone, number 5, going to the forehand. Wrist shot on net. Ooh, nice drop down on the pad save by Hagen, as Sydney Simone going for her 10th goal of the year. And you can see why the junior Simone and the junior Sorum are so highly regarded. Here is Sorum, number 21, pushes it on the weak side to Grace Peluso. She's only a 10th grader herself for the Red Knights. The first line still out there for the Red Knights. Here is Peluso. Just going to shoot it in, has it momentarily ring off Bianchi's stick and into the Jefferson zone. Here's Bianchi receiving a nice pass at center ice. Bianchi just able to reach the zone, and she has a nice defensive zone back check put on her by Ellie Barr. 12:29 remaining here in the first period here. First Metro West Conference game for both these teams. Of course, the Metro West is a new conference, along with St. Louis Park, Jefferson, Kennedy, Richfield, Chaska, and Chanhassen. So nice to see this battle emerging as well here. Should have a good one today. Off the Red Knight faceoff win, Truman behind her net defensively, getting some help from her friends, and indeed Lundberg going to work it up towards center ice. Cross rink pass just misses nobody home as she tried to hit Nylander. Maggie Nylander, number 3, was open, but we're going to have another icing whistled here as the Jaguars will peel off and send another unit on in. Mark Steffen, the Jefferson Kennedy coach, had a nice chance to visit with him. He, in his 5th year running the Jefferson Kennedy program, this is only their 2nd year as a cooperative team, and he's really happy with the numbers. I think they've got 5 Kennedy players on the roster too. So off the faceoff win, the puck goes behind the Red Knight zone, where Mostrom going to whack it up from her right D position to Barr. Ellie from her right wing position on a forecheck, not able to neutralize the Jaguar then, and McCullen going to bring it on in, and a wrist shot goes high that time, and McCullen's wrister is taken down by DiGiulio up high. There you see Anna, the junior goaltender. As we mentioned, she's really been a stalwart, played every game this year for Benilde. Red Knights are on a 5-game losing streak, so Coach Terp's hoping that he can get the ship righted today. They had tough losses over Eden Prairie, Roseau, and Cretin during their holiday tournament just last week, and this is the first game since school restarted. After the face-off, here is Swedberg, who hits center ice on the blue line. Zanny Swedberg just going to shoot it on net. Ooh, long rebound opportunity. Puck battles in front, nobody home, and indeed, Bianchi going to pick it up and start things the other way for the Red Knights. Here is Curran as she hits the blue line. Little backhand opportunity and just pushed into the corner that time by DiGiulio. Ooh, little hard forecheck on the offensive zone, and one of the Red Knights, I believe that was Julia Stiles, goes down hard. Jefferson going to change their offensive unit here. And here's Swedberg going for a cross-rink home run pass. Wasn't able to get it through to Maggie Connery, but she does beat the Jaguar player, and she's got the puck in the Jefferson zone. Oh, here's a potential break, and here again is Sydney Simone getting some help from her friends. Simone back to the point to Mostrom. Mostrom has her attempt turned aside by one of the Jaguar defenders, and the Jaguars just going to shoot it in deep and partially change their defensive unit. 10:24 remaining in the first stanza. Not a lot of good opportunities yet as both these teams feeling each other out. As we mentioned, both teams, Jefferson 8-8 on the year. Oh, there's a shot and a goal from her right wing position. Almost, to me, almost a harmless looking shot. But if you take a look at the captain there, the captain, Callie McCullen, going to get her goal at 10-12. McCullen going to get that goal. For the senior, that's her 6th goal of the year. And it came from that right wing, almost the dash slot over there. And I'm not sure if DeJulio saw it all the way, but it looked like it went through the 5-hole. So there you take a look at Callie there from her right D spot. She's going to definitely play Division III hockey. Coach Steffen said that she's probably the best overall player on the club. So 1-0 Jaguars Eagles early on here. Here's Swedberg from her left D slot trying to break it out. Taken away that time by Fashing. Fashing 27, getting some help from Curran. Puck whistled around. Ooh, nice pass out front by Curran. Nobody home momentarily, but some offensive zone pressure again by the Jaguars. But here is Sorum on the redirect. Sorum gets it over to Simone, and they just dump it in and change on the fly. Possible break for the Jaguars. Bianchi, long pass at the far blue line. She's not able to get, she just is able to get a stick on it, otherwise we would have had an icing. Line change out there as well, and we're gonna have another stop and play as Gabby Hewson was skating forward from her right D slot. So if you just joined us here, just 1 goal so far as Bloomington Jefferson's Callie McCullen gets her 6th of the year at 10-12. Good look at the Red Knights, adorned in their white jerseys with the red trim, and the Jaguars in their powder blue with the dark blue breezers. Off the face-off win, a nice stop-and-go move from Gabby Hewson from around her D spot. Held in, and a nice job by Freshy from defense. Freshy works it out front to one of her forwards, and oh, number 9, Olivia Stone, right on the back door to try to wrap that around as Kristen Sacco got a stick on that momentarily. Here is Sacco, number 12, wrister right in the midsection, and this second unit of Sacco, Booth, and Stone really with a nice offensive zone pressure that time, and they're able to make 2 great opportunities there. That's also two 10th graders and a 9th grader for the Jaguars on that second line. They've got a lot of youth served as well as the Red Knights. Puck wrapped out to center ice, where the Jaguars are going to restart. Alex Getter is just going to bang it off the glass and get it out towards center. Both teams battling on the near wall here. Red Knights able to gain possession, and a nice shot on goal that time. A nice shot on goal that time by Maggie Connery. Just peeled aside momentarily by Hagen. And the Jags are going to redirect and take it down the other way. Cross-rink opportunity by Cornell, and nobody home here as she tried to get it to Connery. Here's Swedberg behind her own net. Swedberg going to start things the other way, and she's getting some help from Cornell. Cornell going to start things again in her own zone, and she's got her line mate Stellis. And Stellis 11 there, just going to shoot it in as she peels towards the bench. Not a lot of stoppages early on here. Puck shot towards center where Bianchi again, 17, going to get it. Oh, she just missed. Nobody home that time as she was trying to get Fashing on a possible 2-on-1 break, but nope, nothing doing there. Puck shot towards the net that time. And out at center ice here, nice job defensively by McCullen as she just sweeps it off to the boards there to prevent a Red Knight opportunity. Here is Hewson with the offensive zone pressure that time. She's taken down on a nice check on the backside as Olivia Stone with a nice check. She gets it over to Sacco, but unable to materialize a chance there. And the Red Knights will counter. Here again is Hewson. Hewson from her D slot, going to bang it off the boards, and Jefferson going to counter the other way. Here is Sacco again, number 12, right-handed shooter, going to throw it on net. Little long rebound that time, and Kristen Sacco going hard towards the net, but DeJulio going to cover here at the 7:08 mark. So good opportunities for that second line unit for Jefferson. As we mentioned, we talked about Benilde only having 2 seniors. For the Bloomington Jefferson Kennedy team, they only have Sabrina Smith as well as McCullen and Freshy, so they're only playing 3 seniors as well. So should be a bright future for both of these teams next year as they hope to reload. So off the face-off win, Nylander being checked aggressively on the far wall here, taken away by the Jags, and a nice shallow angle shot by Smith pushed into the corner. Another opportunity thrown on net that time by Nikki Nightingale. Not sure if Anna saw that all the way. And here's another takeaway for the Jags. Oh, and a nice defensive zone play that time by Mostrom, as I'll tell you what, there was an opportunity there for Freshie to almost bang it home. Here's a nice pass to Ellie Barr. She passes it to herself, beats one of the Jag players. Shallow angle shot high off the shoulder and almost a marker for Ellie Barr, the sophomore there. Good takeaway here by the Jags as they're going to swing it to the blue line. Not able to get it in, and on a regroup, here are the Red Knights breaking forward. Shot all the way down, and here is Connery out there with Cornell. Connery with the puck now. Circling the wagons. Oh, a nice angle shot as Maggie skating to her, towards us to our right, and she shoots it all the way on the left side. So nice opportunity and a nice save that time by Hagen. Face-off win here. Cornell loses that draw for the Red Knights. Taken away behind the net. Oh, almost a nice opportunity by Connery. Is that second unit for BSM? Squaring off, and a nice wrist shot, and indeed, as they have done a lot this game, Megan Cornell, number 15, going to get her third goal of the season on a beautiful wrist shot. Just goes high over the left shoulder of Hagen. Don't know if we have a copy of that, but the sophomore center bangs in her third goal of the year at the 5:43 mark, and that'll put things at 1-1. So nice opportunity off the draw. Yeah, Julia Stelgis going to get the assist. So Stelgis gets her 6th assist of the year. And just like that, we're evened at 1. So both second units involved a lot with the offensive zone chances for both teams. And here's a break off the face-off for the Jaguars. Shot down where Swedberg going to corral it in her own zone. Zandy Swedberg, the senior captain and leader for the Red Knights. Oh, a shot, long shot thrown on net that time, and a nice cover up by DiGiulio, as it was a nice opportunity by Sarah Freshie at her right point position. Did get through some traffic, but DiGiulio was able to keep some eyes on it and make the play. Sorum on the draw for the Red Knights. Thrown in again that time. Nothing home here is Sabrina Smith, Alyssa Richards, and Alex Getter's line out there right now for the Jaguars. Off the face-off win, chip to the middle where Nightingale going to pick it up from her defense slot. Nightingale 13 again, not able to hold it in momentarily, but she pinches nicely on the far wall there as both teams battle on the far side. Swedberg going to get a stick on it, but a 2-on-2 opportunity, and a high wrister just floats wide as Getters had an opportunity to go for the high corner. She did go for it, but nothing home for Alex Getters that time. 4:43 remains, and Swedberg going to try to get things moving for the Red Knights. She passes it up the near wall here to Grace Peluso, but Peluso being checked aggressively, and a nice opportunity by Callie McCullen coming up from her defense slot. Oh, a nice move that time by Crystal Sorum, 21, who hits the red line and dumps it in as they wheel to the bench. Connery on the chase for the Red Knights. Jaguars take it. Shoot it towards center ice, but nobody home for them. Vanille going to play catch in the far side and push it off to Stelias. Stelias, a little help from her friends. I believe that's Sydney Simone with a cross-rink pass. Nobody home as Connery was also there. And here is Connery, one of the captains, the senior Connery. A little opportunity there. She was trying to find Stelias on the far blue line to break it in, but they couldn't gain possession permanently. Nice step up and hold momentarily for the Red Knights, as I believe that is Dieterding coming up from her right D slot. Big scrum behind the net as two Jags and two Red Knights lock horns for it. Ooh. That puck chips towards center ice, and Mostrom not able to get it. Cross-rink pass, Bianchi, nobody home as Bianchi was flying towards the net. And here's Fashing again as she's got an opportunity, and she's taken hard off the play that time by Heather Mostrom. She upends Kendall Fashing in an aggressive manner. And the junior Fashing appears to be okay as she wheels towards the bench, but she's certainly shaken up a bit. Here's Nightingale from her D position, number 13 for the Jags. Nice move inside. Little drop pass opportunity, and nobody home there as Mackenzie Booth going to throw it towards the net. And the Red Knights will counter and move it towards center ice. A lot of center ice and mid-zone ice possession for both teams. Not a lot of sustained offensive zone pressure. Teams seem to have similar skating speed and styles. And here's a possible break as Ellie Barr going to get some help from her friends, and a nice defensive zone takeaway by Freshie as it was a possible 2-on-1 for Benilde. Out towards center ice again, and here is Nylander. Gives it up to Nightingale. Nylander spinning around, Nightingale spinning around at center ice, still with the puck. She breaks from her D slot, cuts towards the middle, and her wrister just flutters softly over the net as I believe that hit a Red Knight stick. And here's Sorum with a 1-on-3. Crystal Sorum just going to gain possession, wait for some help as the line change hasn't completed yet for Benilde. And Peluso going to check on the far side, but not able to get a body on anyone. Playing catch from their defense slot. Dieterding out there with Houston. And here is Dieterding just stepping up, not able to make the stop momentarily. And here's another break this time for the Jaguars. That puck shot towards the net, I believe I believe that was Richards who threw that towards the net. And Simone breaks towards center ice, and wow, what contact as a stick goes absolutely flying from one of the one of the Benilde players. Or Sydney Simone's stick went about 30 feet off that, as you see a nice shot of her heading to the bench to get her twig back. So, boy, that was an aggressive hit. Getter's able to get it in for the Jaguars as she wheels towards the bench. And the puck going to be shot down harmlessly. Not going to be an icing call with 1:10 remaining, but indeed we haven't had a stop for minutes, and Breer Hagen going to just slow things up momentarily and allow us all to catch our breaths. There you take a look at the Red Knight coaching staff with, as we mentioned, Coach Terpst. Face off to the right of Hagen, won by the Red Knights, thrown out to the point. Zanny Swedberg's wrist shot just misses as the senior captain had that far side in her sights. Nightingale being checked offensively, and nice takeaway that time. And good chip up as things get restarted in the Jefferson zone. Hold again that time for Connery. Connery, Cornell, and Julia Stellis out there. Nice play that time by Mostrom at center ice. And here's a break again for Bianchi, 17, going to tool it on in. As the puck is shot back to the point, Nightingale's wrister on net, Riddle redirect, and I'll tell you that hit Fashing out front for the Jags. Oh, and a backdoor play, a follow-up opportunity, and what a beautiful set of goals that time. As I'll tell you, I don't know who got the play, but it might have been number 3, I was going to say. I'm not sure if I have that right, or it might have been Nightingale even. We're going to wait for the official call that time. Maybe it was number 3, Hannah Curran. So, but I'll tell you, she stuffed it in on the short side there after a great opportunity as Fashing had a redirect. So we'll wait officially for the box score. It indeed was Hannah Curran it was 13 Nightingale on the assist. So Curran from Nightingale, and only 26 seconds remained in the first period. So the Jaguars, in what's always a tough thing, get a goal in the last minute of the first period to move ahead 2-1 here tonight. And they had that first unit for the Jaguars of Fashing, Curran, and Bianchi did have a lot of pressure here. Both first units matched up against each other, just 15 seconds remaining, and Simone going to dump it all the way down, try to get it to her partner Sorum. Just 4 seconds remaining. We'll see if Peluso can get a shot on net. 2 seconds, 1, and they're going to run out of time. As you take a look after one period here. I'm trying to take a listen to the shots on goal since I'm running solo tonight here. I did hear officially Benilde had 11 shots on goal, 1 which found the back of the net. And just a quick scoring summary for the first period here if you joined us on 16. For Jefferson at the 10:24 mark, Callie McCullen, the senior captain, gets her 6th goal of the year with the assist to Alex Getters. And then Benilde counters just a few minutes later at the 5:43 mark. And they tie it up at 5:43 as number 15 for the Red Knights, Megan Cornell. Really just an offensive zone terror, going to get that one, assisted by Julia Stellis. And then with just 27 seconds remaining in the first period, Jefferson goes ahead again 2-1 as a nice offensive zone sequence, and and Curran going to light the lamp for the Jaguars, assisted by Nightingale, and that's all she wrote for the first stanza here on 16. Encourage you to stick with us here on 16, and we will join you just momentarily. Thanks for joining us.
Introducing a breakthrough in time management technology. A whole new day of the week. It's called Someday. Ingenious. Perhaps someday you were going to go skydiving. Enter a hot dog eating contest. Maybe ride a mechanical bull. Now, it's on the calendar. You may want to retire someday. Ready for that? You'll really want this. A My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits, plan for your retirement, and how to save for it. If you already receive benefits, you can manage them online. Millions of people already have a My Social Security account. In fact, someone opens one about every 6 seconds. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
We are back at the Rec Center live here on Tuesday, January 6th. Metro West Girls Hockey Conference action game as the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights hosting the rivals from the south, the Jefferson Kennedy Co-op girls team. John Fromm here. As we called in the first period, the Jaguars with a couple first period goals, including one in the last 30 seconds of the period by Hannah Curran that put Jefferson Kennedy up on top. Just wanted to remind everybody, if you do want to get a copy of this game or any of the other Benilde or St. Louis Park games that we cover here on 16, you can certainly go to ParkTV.org. That's ParkTV.org. I had a number of Jefferson parents asking me how to get a copy of this game. And once again, you can also not only go to ParkTV.org, but you can certainly watch the live web streaming as you might be doing tonight on your at home on cable, and then we have on demand and DVD, and also a great YouTube channel. So, all right, we're back, and as we get ready to open the second stanza, teams are going to switch directions, obviously, for the second period. And the second unit with Cornell, Stellis, and Connery out there for Benilde, numbers 15, 11, and 8. And back on defense for the Red Knights, Houston and Swedberg at the number 1 D slots for them. Good offensive zone forecheck by the second unit for Jefferson, which again is Mackenzie Booth, number 2, Kristen Sacco, 12, and Olivia Stone, number 9. That's a 10th, and 9th grade unit. Booth only a 9th grader. She's got 6 goals on the year. Sacco with 2 goals and 8 assists is a 10th. And Stone's also put in a couple. So DiGiulio going to push it to the corner right after the faceoff win, and Stelias going to pick it up from her left wing position and rattle it hard off the plexiglass to center ice, where indeed a whistle happens, and we will see if an offside indeed is called. I think Maggie Connery must have gotten in a little bit quick there. Both teams primarily using two forward units. You're going to see some rotation of the players here, but here's the first unit for Benilde against the first unit, and this is Curran and Bianchi and Fashing out there wearing light blue. Bianchi on the offensive zone forecheck, 17. Curran, who started one earlier, gets a pass out front to Bianchi, who not able to redirect that home. And for the Red Knights, Simone not able to get it out, number 5. Nice job defensively by Mostrom back there. And as players battle for it on both sides, Curran not able to get that for the Jags, and cross-ring pass to Peluso. Here's Grace Peluso, number 4. Cross-ring pass. Oh, she had a streaking Sorum who tried for the redirect, but nobody home there. Here's Simone again, number 5. Nice backhand opportunity and a beautiful save. Long rebound that time, and unfortunately for the Red Knights, not able to bring that home, but a nice backhand by Sydney Simone, and an even better save by Breer Hagen, who's only playing in her 4th game of the season for Jefferson. They've been rotating 4 goalies, something unheard of in high school hockey. One of the parents was telling me in the intermission that they haven't really settled on anybody permanently because everybody's so similar in skills, and they're rotating between varsity and JV with Hagen, Stone, McLean, and Bonfrey. So kind of an interesting situation. So here is Stone, second line winger for them. And she's getting a little help from her friends. Indeed, as Sarah Freshy from D passes it out front, and she tried to hit a streaking Kristen Sacco, but Sacco not able to make work of that and redirect. And indeed, Swedberg going to take over for the Red Knights. Swedberg's attempt to work it up the plexiglass, unable to break it out though. And another nice hold at the point this time by Booth as she peels off to the bench after the hold. Harmless shot on net is redirected by DiGiulio and chipped out indeed. And both teams just whacking it around at center ice here. Nobody able to gain position. Here is Nightingale coming in with a nice wrister and a nice drop down on the right-handed pad. Another follow-up save and shot, and oh, a nice job by DiGiulio. She partially dove to her left and indeed stymied. She really stymied Alex Getters, who was trying to bang that in for her rebound, number 7 for Jefferson. So 2 really good saves and then a third opportunity, but DiGiulio, as she has all of this year and most of last year, able to stay in her position and stay close to home and make the key save to keep it a 1-goal game here. John Fromm along with our camera crew here at the rec center tonight. Happy to be able to bring this one with you. We've got another one, game 2 to, oh, and that one almost a problem for DiGiulio. She kind of thwarted the right pad out almost to redirect it in the corner, and it almost possibly might have slipped through. So we wanted to remind you, if you're watching live tonight, we do have the Benilde St. Margaret's boys playing at 7 p.m. tonight against St. Thomas Academy, so make sure you stick with us here on 16. As St. Thomas Academy comes in on the boys' side, 10-0 on the season, and ranked 3rd in the state in AA, and Benilde ranked 11th. So that's later tonight here on Channel 16. Or if you're watching a replay, just look for the tabs for the information on that replay time. Off the face-off win this time. Red Knights are going to break it out from their far zone, but not able to break it out fully, and a nice hold that time by Truman. Truman get it into her friends here. And indeed, she gets it to Nylander. Nylander, ooh, throws it over, and that time Fashion gonna throw it on net, but it doesn't make its way home. Oh, a shot that time going left to right from her goalie slot was DiGiulio. And big contact up on the far side at the blue line there is one of the Red Knight players, I believe that was Maggie Connery, ran full speed into one of the Jaguars. I believe that was number 21 for the Jaguars, Rachel Graff, and Graff got the better of that offensive sequence. There you take a look at the Red Knight counterpart at number 21. That's Crystal Sorum. So 13:37 to go here in the second period here on Channel 16. Break for the Red Knights. Here is Simone, captain from her left wing slot, going to throw the slapper on net. Oh, Hagen gets the pad down and goes into the corner. And the Jags are able to kick it out towards center ice this time, and taken away again by Sorum. Oh, she's tripped up at center ice, and I think we're going to have the first penalty of the game, as Crystal Sorum was definitely taken down that time. And at the 13:16 mark of the second period, our first penalty is going to be whistled in the game, and I believe that's to Kristen Sacco of the Jaguars. So a 2-minute advantage for Benilde on the year. They're clicking at only a 14% rate on the power play, and Jefferson has a 69% kill rate. So it'll be interesting if the Red Knights can get an opportunity here to get their power play moving in a more positive direction. And for the Red Knights, you've got Peluso taking the draw back to the point this time. Here's Cornell at one point. Cornell, who scored early in the first period. Megan going to chip it behind the net, where Peluso going to gather it. Peluso over to Simone, back to the point. Sorum and Simone just playing catcher. They're going to switch spots, back to Sorum. Sorum 21, right-handed shot, cross-ring pass, nobody home, and partial breakaway for the Jaguars. Indeed, it is a breakaway. And a wrist shot high. Oh, and a beautiful opportunity by Hannah Curran to get her second goal of the game, but that hits high off the blocker side, and nothing doing that time as DiGiulio got a piece of it. So beautiful opportunity by Curran again. Red Knights going to gain possession again here as they are on the power play, and a turnaround sweep shot and try for a stuff was Sorum, but she had it denied on the backside, but nice attempt by Crystal. Peluso at the top of the umbrella. Cross ring pass to Simone. Wrist shot goes off Nightingale's pads and into the corner. Playing catch are Peluso and Simone and Sorum. Sorum top of the Umbrella gets it to Simone. Another backhand attempt. Oh, kicked out front, wide open net, wrister. There's two Jaguar players and the goalie fall flat, and it was a great opportunity for Megan Cornell to get an open net goal on the weak side as she had a beautiful angle, but two of the Jaguar defenders, including Gabby Hewson, right all over that, and they dove to help Hagen in net. And we are 2-1. Just a reminder, 2-1 is the score here in the second period, as the Bloomington Jefferson Kennedy team is ahead 2-1. And there you take a look at the bench as the referee I think that's Tom Anderson, the head referee, going to talk to Coach Terps about what he saw there. Obviously, with a couple players diving towards the net, if any of those players put their glove around the puck or made any type of a motion to grasp the puck, then the referee could either call a penalty shot or even interpret that as a goal. So we'll see if the Red Knights can tie it here, down 2-1, 42 seconds remaining in the penalty at this point. Sorum at the top of the umbrella, cross-ring pass to Simone, her wrist shot on net, and a nice job by Hagen, able to squeeze that and no rebound. Face-off going to be just to the left of Hagen. Peluso again in that modified first unit out there. They park Swedberg right in front of the net, number 7. Here is Cornell back to the point for Sorum. She's got Simone, one-time opportunity, throws it on net, and a even better job that time by the Jaguars is I believe that was number 15, Freshie. And here's a takeaway by Jefferson and a shot on net, and I believe that was Lucy Bianchi. The 8th grade phenom for Jefferson had an opportunity there, but she rifled it right in there. So Sorum going to make her way to the bench. So two good opportunities for Jefferson, shorthanded here. Paul, just a heads up, we're 2-1 Jefferson here in terms of the graphics of the game here. It's 11:32 remaining in the second period. John Fromm, along with our announcing staff and director Paul Broden, first of 2 games we're going to bring you tonight. And off the face-off, just 5 seconds remaining in the penalty, and Jefferson will be at full strength in 1 second here. Jaguars at full strength as they try to break things back the other way. And indeed, they do get it out of the zone momentarily. And a cross-ice opportunity for the Jaguars there. And shot down and rifled into the Red Knight zone that time. 21 Malson. Benil going to take things the other way at the blue line. Oh, passed out front, but a fan out and an opportunity for the Jags. Thrown on net. Nice opportunity by number 5, Sabrina Smith. And it's back to the point again. Here is 15 Freshie with an opportunity. Benil making some turnovers in their own zone, not only on the power play, but also as they tried to break out in those opportunities here. Curran, she's got Fashing with her, and on the weak side, Bianchi. Thrown towards the net by Fashing, but nobody home as that gets partially through. And here's Swedberg using her strength and size. The senior passes it up front. I believe, indeed, she does have some help as Maggie Connery going to come on in. She has her wrist shot blocked partially by the defender, and then the puck was not stopped, but a nice job that time by Jefferson, able to at least push it in the corner and get a face-off here with 9:57 remaining in the second period. Only one power play of the game, as we mentioned, and only one penalty. And no scoring so far here in the second period. Red Knight second unit of Cornell, Stelias, and Connery out there. Here's Cornell getting some help with her friends there. She's got Connery with her. 3 Red Knight forwards on the near wall here, all forechecking. And here is Fashing on a 2-on-2 opportunity. And a nice pinch up by Swedberg as she broke the momentum of Fashing's opportunity. Stelias hits the Jefferson blue line before she has it taken away. And some more neutral zone activity going on for both teams here. Swedberg has some great size from her left defense slot, the senior captain for Benilde. As we mentioned, 6 goals and 4 assists on the season. Puck chipped out front and almost an opportunity for the Jags there. Then a takedown as Bianchi was taken down, but no penalty going to be whistled that time. as Truman took her down. Jaguars are going to change their forward unit. Here's Nightingale, the captain, going to work it over to her. Going to work it over on the weak side. Freshie. Here's Nightingale again. Everybody grouped towards the middle of the rink here. A lot of center ice play as we talked about earlier. Here is Booth, Mackenzie Booth, number 2, just a 1-on-4, and unfortunately for the Jags, one of the players was offside. But again, Jefferson 8-8 on the season, and the Red Knights are 6-8-2 on the year. The Red Knights, obviously last year's state runner-up in Class AA with a 28-win season, but they graduated so many players, including Miss Hockey Kelly Panic, who's doing a great job for the Gophers this year. She was not only Miss Hockey, but Miss Soccer for the state of Minnesota in high school last year. And I believe there's 22 current Red Knights that are playing college hockey in the last 10 years, Coach Perks was telling me. I think there was 6 off last year's team, and really a lot to be proud of there. 8:05 remaining here in the second period. Puck comes out front, but no opportunity for the Jaguars. And here is Grace Peluso. She's going to use the wall and bank it to her friend as Sorum going to try to race all the way down. But a nice stop and go move by Freshie from her right D slot. She doesn't have it taken away, but she at least broke pressure and got it out towards center ice. Nightingale using that glass beautifully. And she follows up the glass use with a pass out front. Indeed, she's got it to Stone. Olivia Stone. Almost steals that away as the pass opportunity from Barr hit off her shin guards there. Dieterding throws it out front. Number 2 with the takeaway and a backhand pass. And a shot by Booth, as it looked like, I believe that was Dieterding's cross-ring pass, went right on the stick of Mackenzie Booth, whose backhand went just wide of the net. Otherwise, you could have had a third goal here for Jefferson. So 7:15 remaining in the second period. If you just joined us, this is the first ever conference game in the new Metro West Conference between Benilde and Jefferson Kennedy. The Metro West Conference was just started this year. It includes St. Louis Park, Richfield, Chaska, Chanhassen, Cooper. Jefferson gains possession at their own blue line off the faceoff. Circling the wagons behind her own net. Puck chipped out front. Connery with a wrist shot goes high off the glove and bounces back behind the net. Don't know if Hagen even realized she got part of a glove on it, but it would have been earmarked for the upper left corner. More offensive zone time for the Red Knights, and almost a tic-tac-toe offensive zone chance that time, as Cornell not able to whack that home, but indeed she does get a good opportunity. Barr cross-ring pass this time, and here is Julia Stelius, hits the red line, just going to dump it in and wheel towards the bench. Whole new group of 5 coming out for the Red Knights. Sorum on the forecheck, battles Nightingale behind the net. Nightingale going to chip it behind her. Nicely done as she finds Hannah Curran, who just works it to the wall, but doesn't get it out until she gets some help from Sabrina Smith. Here's Bianchi going to her left side. Bianchi, the 8th grader, pushes it behind her net. Should mention, if you recognize that name Bianchi, a lot of famous Bianchis have gone through the Jefferson program, including Joey Bianchi, who was won 3 state titles with the Jags in the early 90s and then played for the Wisconsin Badgers. I know Mr. Bianchi, John Bianchi, was a longtime hockey assistant coach for there, so obviously must have been one of the players' daughters, I'm assuming. And only an 8th grader. She has 6 goals and 5 assists on the season. So both teams battle towards the blue line, and it's going to be chipped all the way down where DeGiulio just going to let that go harmlessly into the corner. Where a nice job by Curran, and she picks it up and threw it out front and tried to bank it in off DeGiulio's backside, I think there. Shot all the way down. I don't know if we're going to have an icing. It does quite make it, as Nightingale and Peluso were going hard for the biscuit that time, but nobody could grab it. Just 5:12 remaining in the second stanza. Last year, the co-op, as we mentioned, second year, the co-op between Kennedy and Jefferson, they were 16-9-1 last year. This Jefferson program was really a vaunted program in the late 90s, early 2000s. They had 5 consecutive state tournament appearances from 1998 to 2002. And I know Mark Steffen, who had great success, their head coach at Jefferson now in the 5th year, had some really great success as a head coach at Edina and is really excited how the program has turned around the last 5 years. Here's Stone with a hard slap shot. It goes wide of the net. Held in just for a moment before Swedberg can get it out to center ice. Possible breakaway, indeed it is, as Nylander going to break it on in, and Lundberg pushes it high and over the net. Nice job by Ingrid Lundberg, the 9th grader, as the 3rd unit for Benilde out there. McCullen gets it over to one of her friends as the puck is at least pushed into Red Knight zone, and Jefferson can complete their change. Here's a 2-on-2 with Swedberg leading the charge. She wisely shoots it on net and peels to the benches as the Red Knights change all 5 players. Stelios going to chip it high off the glass down in behind Hagen in the net. So a little under 4 minutes remaining here in the 2nd period here at the Rec Center. Red Knights going to play catch at center ice as their blue line core going to move it around. Stelios has it momentarily checked off by Freshy, but she's able to work it in offensively where 3 Red Knight forwards, including Cornell, are going to whack it behind the net. Connery not able to generate a chance offensively as Getter is going to redirect for Jefferson and make her way down. Puck is shot on net, rebound opportunity, backhand, and nicely done by Sabrina Smith. So at 3:29 mark of the 2nd period, we're going to just mention briefly, as we talked about this co-op, Coach Stefan wanted me to make sure to mention that Hannah Curran, Mackenzie Booth, Sabrina Smith, and I believe 2 other players are definitely from the Kennedy side, but the whole transition has gone just wonderfully with the Kennedy-Jefferson co-op, and similar as it has with the Cooper-Armstrong co-op in boys hockey. A lot of these kids knew each other from youth hockey and playing against each other, and glad to see the 2nd year has gone so seamlessly for that. After the face-off, puck goes behind the Jaguar net, and here is Bianchi. She's got Fashing with her, 27 Fashing, good drop pass it. Nice wrist shot high off the mask glove. Oh, puck falls in front of the net. Wow, an opportunity as the puck is still battled for. And I think that was Hannah Curran who almost layered her 2nd goal in that time, number 3. That first unit generating good offensive scoring opportunities. Nice drop pass by Fashing as she got it to Curran, who rifled a wrister that hit right off the glass, right off the mask/face mask of Anna DiGiulio. And who says you can't use your head to make a save, Paul? Take a look at the Jags over there. I keep calling them the Jags because they're wearing the light blue like Jefferson used to be. I don't know officially if that's what their nickname is, but 2nd unit with Booth on the draw this time for the Jaguars, up against the 3rd unit with Lundberg, Nylander, and Barr out there. Off the faceoff win, almost an opportunity for Jefferson, not able to redirect it, but they do hold it in, and here indeed behind the net, possible stuff shot for the Jaguars, but nobody home there as they try to beat her. And here is Ellie Barr with a possible breakaway. Barr, right-handed shooter. Oh, and she shoots it, and a nice job by Nightingale, able to get a stick on that. Otherwise, she might have top shelved it. That's Ellie Barr from Crystal. She's just a sophomore, and she's got 4 goals on the year, number 10 there. So it's a good opportunity on the far side for Jefferson, too, as they took advantage of a mismatch down low and almost buried the biscuit. 2:25 remaining in the 2nd period. Off the faceoff win, puck shot on net. I think that hits a skate out front and bounces harmlessly into the corner. And here again with an opportunity, a little 1-on-3, and wisely done as Fashing just going to dump it in the corner. Oh, cross rink pass, Fashing one time that pass, and I think she almost hit it right to Bianchi. Here is Curran behind the net as we got a power play coming. Oh, and a wrist shot in the goal by 15. 15 for the Jaguars on a beautiful opportunity, and Sarah Freshy going to make it a 3-1 game as the delayed penalty was called. Sarah Freshy jumps up from her defense slot, and Sarah registers just her 2nd goal of the year. And I think officially the assists are going to go to Hannah Curran. As you take a look at Freshy 15 there, possibly Hannah Curran and Fashing. Fashing did a marvelous job on her playing from the right wing slot. She had a one-time cross-rink pass to Bianchi. Bianchi almost knocked it home, but the puck goes behind the net to Curran, who layers it out front, and nicely done as Freshy, who steps up from her D slot and rattles the cage. So Especially I've got Freshie scoring from Curran, and I believe Bianchi gets the second assist, although the scorers are going to try to figure that out over there. There's a lot of brain power over there, Paul. You got, looks like a couple of red. Yeah, Paul says I'm not over there. I'd be talking too much, Paul. Nothing would get done. So just like at the end of the first period, just with a minute 55 remaining in the second, Jefferson gets another goal here in the last part of the period to push their lead to 3-1 now. And we'll see if that could be a big one. Off the faceoff, puck goes behind the Red Knight zone. And they're going to try to break it out again. And here is Sorum, their first line center. Nice check by Sacco, number 12, as they're able to stop the forward momentum. Opportunity for Smith this time. Smith with a wrister hits off. Ooh, it hits, I believe that hit off of Mostrom's shin pads and rolled harmlessly in. So a couple of really young teams locking horns out here. As we mentioned, Benilde with only 2 seniors, and Maggie Conry, second liner, and also Swedberg, their talented defender, number 7. And only 3 seniors playing for Bloomington. 1:10 remaining, possible break here in the second period. As Sorum's pass going to go a little wide to Peluso, but Sorum going to hold it in there. She's got Simone on the weak side, makes a beautiful move out front as she jumped right across the efforts of one of the Bloomington players to take her out momentarily there. 3-on-2 opportunity here. Here's Fashing again as she wrists it towards the net. Ooh, dangerous play, and puck shot out front, and oh, bad luck for Anna DiGiulio, and then indeed Kendall Fashing with only 43 seconds remaining in the first period takes advantage of a possible misplay there by Anna DiGiulio, who dove left to try to corral that puck, and then it left a wide open opportunity and wide open net for Kendall Fashing to shoot the puck in, and Fashing gets into double figures with her 10th goal of the season. We'll see officially if I can get the assists on that. So 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the second period have pushed it to a 4-1 advantage for Bloomington. And puck's going to be iced all the way down here. I'm going to hold on while I can listen for the assists here. I think they said officially that it was Bianchi from Fashing. Not sure if that's correct, but either way, we know Fashing gets the 10th of the season, 4-1 with only 25 seconds remaining. The Red Knights trying to get one to answer here to cut it to 2 goals before the second intermission. Offensive forecheck put on hard this time by Stelias, and here is Stelias behind the net. She's got some help with her friends as the puck is pushed out to the point. Just 12 seconds remaining in the second period, and a nice takeaway by Jefferson. And going to be shot. Whoa, there was a dangerous play. Don't know. Too bad we don't have a replay of that, Paulie. Lucy Bianchi actually shot it right to her own bench and almost hit her backup goalie right in the mask. So just 5 seconds remaining here as you take a look at Maggie Conry, one of the seniors for Benilde. We'll see what Coach Herbst has to say. A couple of players are going to be kicked out as the referee not happy with how the centers were taking that draw, and he threw them both out of the face-off circle. And that'll end things here in the second period. So just like the first period, ended 2 late second period goals by Bloomington Jefferson / Kennedy. Some nice play by Breer Hagen in net for Bloomington. And the 2 goals by Freshie with only 1:55 remaining, assisted by Curry and Bianchi. And then Fashing's goal, first line winger Kendall Fashing's goal with only 43 seconds remaining, her 10th of the year from Bianchi. Got the 3rd and 4th goals, and that was our only scoring in the second period. Just wanted to remind you, if you do want to get a copy of this game tonight, or even find out more information on the conference, you want to get a copy of the game or any of the events here on 16, go to gopark.tv, or excuse me, parktv.org, and you can call Paul Broden, our crack director, who's enjoying the warm weather in the truck outside tonight. Right, Paul? 952-924-2635. Yeah, you don't have to be a St. Louis Park resident. You can watch on your computer. You can get DVDs. Paul's nice enough to burn you a DVD. If you buy 3 or more, you get it for $10 a piece. Thank you so much. And the Jaguars officially with a 12-8 shot advantage for the second period. That's going to put the official shots for the game at 26 for Bloomington and 19 for Benilde. So just like the score, the shots indicating that Bloomington taking advantage. Stick with us here. We're live tonight on Tuesday, January 6th here on 16. We're going to step away for about 10 minutes. Grab yourself a refreshment. Reminder, we have a second game tonight as the doubleheader of hockey continues. Paul and I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I'm really excited to see the St. Thomas Academy boys playing Benilde St. Margaret's at 7 p.m. tonight. St. Thomas Academy, as we mentioned, 10-0 on the year, ranked third in the state. Won 5 Class A championships, I think, in 7 years. So they moved up to AA, and of course, Benilde, not only the 2012 state champs, but a real storied tradition as well. So really looking forward to that. So stick with us here on 16 and batten down the hatches for the third period. We're back at the Rec Center for the exciting third period of tonight's Metro West Conference game. Benilde St. Margaret's trailing Bloomington Jefferson Kennedy 4-1. I'm John Fromm, and if you stuck with us for 2 periods, you'll know that late period goals for Jefferson gave them a 2-1 lead in the first period with only a minute to go, and then 2 goals late in the second period pushed the margin to 4-1 as you take a look at the beautiful shot by our camera crew here of Jack Jablonski's number 13 jersey. Jack, of course, the young man who graduated in the spring from Benilde, who was injured a few years back. Paul, I know, our director in the truck, he and I had the great opportunity to cover that first game back after Jack was injured here on 16, and I think that'll be something he and I always remember as one of the events here on Park 16. And before we get going with the third period, just want to throw a little shout out to a couple of the seniors for Benilde St. Margaret's. Obviously, Maggie Connery and Zandy Swedberg are their only senior on the varsity, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Regan Miriani is the 3rd senior for Benilde. Regan not dressed here for varsity tonight, but absolutely a big part of it. And I wanted to do a special shout out as well today to also to Coach Charlie McChesney and the St. Louis Park girls hockey team. Charlie in his first, new goalie. Charlie in his first year as the new girls coach at St. Louis Park, and they've had some success. And we are going to have a change in net for Benilde here to start the third period, as it looks like change in net as number 1 for the Red Knights. The backup goaltender going to see some action here. I think that's Paige Greeley, but I'm going to have to do some checking here. I don't quite have the correct information. Let me get the number on that. It might be, I don't have a number 1 listed, so I'm going to guess it's either Elise Vanderstein, who's listed as number 1 on the JV. I just see some, or it might be Paige Greeley, number 31. So either Paige or Elise is going to relieve Anna tonight in the third period. And after the face-off win, the first unit out there for Jefferson is Anna DiGiulio going to take a break in net, and Coach Herb's going to talk to her there. But a good opportunity for the backup goaltender to get some work here. As we mentioned, we are in the third period of the game today, as both teams going to change it up and go with their new units, as the Stelias, Cornell, and Connery in the line out there for the Red Knights. Off the face-off win. Ooh, a nice opportunity by Sacco, as the Sacco Booth Stone line out there as well. Off the face-off win, here is Cornell, who's going to push it over to Connery and then down into the far side. Connery going to circle the wagons behind the Jefferson net. Connery wrists her on net. Ooh, nicely done, as it was a great opportunity from Maggie Conroy. And the senior almost lit the lamp, but Hagen was equal to the task. Cross-ring pass, and here's a break for Sacco. Sacco with some help from her friends, but she's got some help. Push behind the net. She's still going to work the forecheck. And here's Peluso, not able to get a skate on that exit pass, as the puck going to work all the way down to the Bloomington end. And another opportunity here, and we're going to have an icing whistled, I believe. Or no, they waved it off. One of the officials had his arm in the air. And so Swedweir going to circle the wagons behind her net, try to redirect up the old side, where Simone going to chip it out. And indeed, she's got Sorum with some speed, 21, and Peluso right in the middle. Sorum gets it to Peluso. Oh, Peluso was streaking left to right, not able to get a lot on that opportunity, but a good chance there. Here is Sorum. Breakaway this time. Here's Getters as well, the third unit out there. Getters, Smith, and Richards out there. And a chip up from her defense position by Freshy. In her own zone, Mostrom got the puck behind her net, and she's got Peluso on far stride. Mostrom just going to skate it up before she's harassed momentarily. And Nightingale just going to check her on the near side here. And here is Lundberg as well, 39. Cornell stops that momentarily, and Peluso going to shoot it down, and the Red Knights going to change their defense pairings. Here is Bianchi, 17, skating left to right, puts it on the backhand. Unfortunately for her, Fashing was offside at the 14:38 mark. Stick with us later tonight if you just joined in, as we're going to have the Benilde and St. Thomas boys play immediately after this game. A matchup of the number 3 St. Thomas team and the number 11 Red Knights. So stick with us here on 16. Off the face-off win by the Jaguars. Puck is pushed ahead and then momentarily wrapped back all the way down. We're going to have an icing whistle here. So Coach Terps was telling me, obviously, a lot of learning has to go on this year with so many youngsters at the helm. But I know, with the Simone, Sorum, and Peluso line, that's junior, sophomore. Stelius, Cornell, and Connery, sophomore, junior, and a senior. And then even that third unit, 2 ninth graders and a sophomore. And then you got 4 of your 5 defensemen back. So, this is definitely a building year. I'm sure he's hoping to get, as January progresses, get his team as ready for the playoffs as he can. And it's also got to be nice for Bloomington to have such success with their first 2 lines and no seniors on their first 2 lines. So, still in their own zone. Jaguars going to break it out momentarily to center ice and going to be shipped all the way down that time. As Fashing going to push it in. Fashing wheels to the bench along with her colleagues, and here's Connery with the puck. Tries to get it over, but Sacco going to steal that puck. A little 1-on-3 opportunity is denied by Sorum. Connery ahead to Sydney Simone, left-handed shooter, going to try to wrist it on net, but Nightingale gets a part of a stick on that as it goes harmlessly into the corner. Nikki Nightingale, number 13, we should mention, definitely being recruited. 3 players in that junior class, including Fashing and Curran for Bloomington, getting looks from colleges already, and you can see why. Nikki doing a nice job at her right D slot for the Bloomington today. Taken away momentarily behind the net, this time for Jefferson. But a redirect, and here is Nylander just going to chip it on down, and they're going to tool off to the bench. Peluso forechecking for the Red Knights. Sorum giving her some help. Sorum going to wheel it out front. Nobody home there as the puck momentarily was redirected by Freshy, and Freshy not able to get it out, but she peels to the bench to change the defense. Going for the home run pass all the way to center ice, but nobody home that time for Bloomington. Whoop. Benilde going to take it away and start and go the other direction here, but Barr going to have to redirect and restart for Benilde. Ellie chipping it up to Nylander. Nylander not able to break it out. And we are going to have another momentary break in the action. Callie McCullen, as we mentioned, doing a great job at her blue line spot. She's going to play D3, as we mentioned, number 10. She got the first goal. And then we're going to have our first penalty for Benilde here of this period is number 3 for the Red Knights. Nylander going to get saddled with the gate at the 12-12 mark. Mandy Nylander going to be given the penalty. Nylander, just a freshman. I did not see what the infraction was, but Coach Herb's not too happy with that, having a discussion over on the bench. So down 4-1. Benilde will have to go on the penalty kill situation. It looks as Coach Herbst and I believe that's Coach Gorel out there. They're both discussing things. Not sure if we had a high stick violation. Power play for the Jags, for Bloomington. As we mentioned, they have had some success in the power play. Here's McAllen, number 10, top of the umbrella. She's going to operate it there. She tries to get it over to Fashing. Nice defensive zone forecheck that time by Connery. McAllen's shot just going to go harmlessly into the corner. And Nightingale's shot is also blocked. And here's Connery with her friend Cornell on the weak side. Cornell trying to get the pass. 15, she's got it. Going hard to the net. Wrist shot. Oh, and she had an angle. But unfortunately for the Red Knights, Megan Cornell not able to rattle that home. And Breer Hagen, who's only in her 4th game this year, she's 1-2 on the year, as we mentioned, with an .896 save percentage. And she's really stepped up and made some quality saves against that first and second unit, specifically for the Red Knights. Five on 4 here is Bloomington on the power play for another minute 20. Nightingale out there with Fashing. Nice drop pass by Fashing. Nobody home that time, but a nice wrister thrown on net as Bianchi ended up corralling that and throwing it on neck, the 8th grader Lucy Bianchi. Oh, yeah. If anybody, no, yeah. Our board's confusing us here as they had 2 penalties listed on the board, but there was only 1 person down for Benilde. So off the faceoff win, Nightingale on the far side, back to the point. McAllen wrist shot hits Sorum high in the knee pads, and she's just going to dust it all the way down the ice for the Red Knights. Swedberg and Mostrom back on D here for the rest of the power play on the penalty kill here for Benilde. Just 55 seconds remaining in this power play and 11 minutes remaining in the game, as you can see with our clock on the screen there. Here's McCullen again. Cross ring pass at center ice. Nobody home. It hits some interference out there. And Sorum, as she does so nicely with her right-handed shooting skills, just able to whack it all the way down and go hard on the forecheck. As she hits center ice, McAllen going to weave her way through a pass to Red Knights and throw a hard wrister on net, and it hits high off the shoulder. And whether that is, and once again, we had a goalie change to start the 3rd period. I'm not sure if that's Paige Greeley in net, who's listed as 31 in our varsity program, or if that's Elise Vanderstein, who's listed as 1 in the JV. But it's definitely number 1, and we don't have a varsity listing for 1. So still 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Jefferson still on the power play, playing catch behind the net. A wrist shot thrown on net, and we're going to say Vanderstein with the save here, and she covers up nicely. A couple of friends making acquaintance at the side of the net there, as there were some body contact that was made. Just 11 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Bloomington. Freshy fires it up from her defense spot. Nobody home. And that's going to relieve all the pressure as it's iced all the way down the ice for Benilde. Good offensive zone forecheck that time by Cornell. And as we hit the 10-minute mark, Benilde going to play catch in their own zone with Dieterding and a cross rink it over to Connery. Connery, nobody home at center ice here, as we did have some contact on the far side. Stelias and one of the Bloomington players had a hard fall. Heather Mostrom went down really hard for, I believe that was Benilde who went down too. A couple players go down. Here's Houston behind her own net for the Benilde. Just going to try to weave her way out, but as the Red Knights finish their change, Bloomington going to take it away and just diagonally shoot it into the far corner. Nightingale going to hold again, this time for Bloomington, and Sorum going to steal it away from the Red Knights. 1-on-3. Let's see what Crystal does. She tries to beat the Jaguar player successfully, but senior defender Callie McCullen shuts her down, taking a beautiful angle on the play. Nicely done by McCullen there as she stepped up wisely. Here's Sorum again as she circles the wagons at center ice. 21 makes the Red Knights offensive zone opportunity almost occur there. And Bloomington going to change their defensive core. So we're inside of 9 minutes now, when with a 3-goal advantage. We'll see if Benilde starts having that third forward go in deep on the forecheck, or how they choose to play it. .8:30 remaining here, third period, and here is Swedberg going to play some nice D as Fasching tried to go right around her, but she wasn't able to do so. Sorum's cross-rink diagonal pass to Peluso doesn't find anybody and causes an icing situation for the Red Knights. There you see a nice look at Grace Peluso, who I believe her father is on the coaching staff, Gino Peluso, one of Coach Herp's assistants. As you see Coach Herp offering up some instruction there. Both teams again at full strength here as the Cornell line makes their way on out for the Red Knights. As they have most of the game, the first and second units for both teams getting the majority of the ice time. Fasching, again, who's no relation, we didn't say this, but she's not related to Hudson Fasching, the Gopher sophomore stalwart. I did ask ahead of time, so. Stelia's trying to hold it in for Benilde, not able to do so. Here's McAllen again, the senior blue liner, goes to the backhand, forehand, wrist shot, hits Mostrom right in the shin pads, and she's able to push it out. Nightingale from her left D slot, just going to throw it all the way in. And we're going to say that Vandersteen pushes that to the corner. Nothing doing on that opportunity for the Red Knights. Teams battle at center ice, and Stelias with a 1-on-3 situation. Julia does a great job beating Nightingale into the corner with the puck. She's able to push the puck all the way in and down, and does a nice job with that. Swedberg going to push it deep all the way down and around. They're going to chip it off the near wall here. Stone going to redirect towards center ice, where Peluso just going to bang it all the way home. And at the 7-minute mark, as we wind down here, still a 3-goal margin here. We'll see what kind of changes Coach Herbst makes. Icing going to be, not waved off. Could have almost had an icing wave off that time, as it looked like the Red Knight player really let up in their pursuit of the puck, but the official was in a very giving mood after the holiday season here and granted the icing scenario. So Sorum on the draw here, 6:56 remaining. We don't have any scoring here in the third period. But Kristen Sacco, 12 for the Bloomington, going to try to change that. The right-handed shooting Sacco dumps it in against the far wall. Pulls a 360 behind the Benilde cage and goes on the forecheck. Touch pass that time thrown out to Sorum at center ice. Oh, we might have a tripping penalty. I guess they're going to let that go. No, they're not. I did get it. Going to have a penalty whistle on the Jaguars here. That was kind of an easy call. Excuse me, I believe that was number 19? Yeah, we're gonna have to check. Yeah, we're gonna have to check that number. Don't have that listed on either of the varsity logs either. But I'm gonna go with that, as I think that's probably Julia Jones, the 8th grader, who's playing 4th line here. So at the 6:31 mark, Benilde trying to cut it to a 2-goal margin, and they're gonna work the umbrella with the same cast of characters. Here's Sorum, top of the umbrella, weak side here. She's got the left-handed shooting Simone. Simone down in the corner. Sorum goes to the backhand as he switches spots with Peluso. Fasching just going to slam that puck towards center ice. Nice offense, nice forecheck that time for Bloomington. And here is Sorum again, 1-on-3, and as she does, she throws it on the net, and a nice job by Hagen again. No rebound. And still 1:20 remaining. Yeah, I don't know if this outing is really gonna solidify her place in the goaltending rotation. But as we mentioned, as Bloomington is Benilde is gonna take a timeout. Bloomington has been rotating 4 goaltenders during the whole season. Paulie, I don't know if you can get a shot of the goalies over there, but I was talking to for Bloomington, but Coach Steffen was telling me that in the rotation of the 4 goaltenders, which are Hagen, Bonnie, Stone, and McLean, and you take a look over there, there's Hagen number 30, and I believe that's McLean number 40 backing up today. All of them have played a minimum of 3 games and a maximum of 6 on varsity. But then the 2 who aren't suited up are the ones that are playing in the JV game. And when asked pointedly what was the decision making behind normally rotating 4 goalies into 2 teams like that, he said, candidly, we haven't had anybody really step up dramatically. And I don't know with his performance tonight, maybe as they enter the Metro West Conference part of the season, maybe this will be enough for Coach Steffen to feel good about that. And thanks to our camera staff for that nice close-up shot. As we've got Ben, Kurt, and Dina on cameras tonight, and they always do a great job. We're really happy to have them here. I know Paul is. Such a great high-def pictures we get here with Channel 16. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. If you do stick with us, the next game tonight is going to be St. Thomas Academy and Benilde Boys, game 2 of the doubleheader. 5 and 7 p.m. tonight. Off the face-off win, Sorum top of the umbrella. Works it to Simone on the near side. Simone down low, going to dump it. Just playing catch at the top here. Sorum going to pass it again. Simone takes it off her skate. Oh, wow. Simone had an opportunity, and Peluso with a rebound. The net was partially opened as the goaltender Hagen had to go left to right. But not able to finish it was Peluso there. Cornell has it taken away and iced all the way down by Bloomington. 45 seconds remaining here in the 3rd stanza. And Benilde really in a must-score situation here with 5:16 remaining, down 3. 35 seconds remaining in the power play. Sorum has it chipped off her stick as a nice play by Nikki Nightingale. Just able to get a stick on that and cause Sorum to lose possession as she was trying to take it all the way to the house. Cross-ring pass from Simone over to Sorum, and nobody home here. Chipped ahead again, and here is Simone. But Nightingale, as she's done so often tonight, going to deny that. McCullen on defense. Oh, and a redirect out front that time. I think that was Swedberg as they park her in front on the power play to take advantage of her height to try to screen the goalie, and she was almost able to get a piece of that. Both teams at full strength now as Bloomington effectively kills that off with 4:20 remaining here in the 3rd period. Taking away that time, and here's a nice opportunity and a shot, and I think that might have hit the side of the net, as indeed it was a great wrist shot thrown on net by Kristen Sacco there, number 12. Sacco getting some help. Some of the other players for Jefferson getting a chance here. Alex Getters, who hasn't seen a lot of ice time out there as well. And here is number 19, Julia Jones, just going to shoot it in. I believe that's Jones 19. 19, I think, is Julia Jones. Again, we don't have her listed on the varsity roster. And she's out there with Getters. Excuse me, she's out there with Getters and Smith. So, not sure. I haven't seen anything of Alyssa Richards today, but I know she had been playing a lot for Bloomington as well. So, not sure if there was an injury there. Mostrom has it checked off her stick by Smith, but here is Lundberg, 39, going to race it all the way down for Benilde and go with that left-handed shooter, going to throw it just wide of the net. Chipped against the wall here. Ooh, and not able to hold is Mostrom, as Getters was able to get a piece of that and just knock it out with 3.5 to go here. Both teams, there's no scoring here in the 3rd period. We have a hand pass played here with 3:20 remaining. As we mentioned, after 2 periods officially, I had the shots as 26-19 in favor of Jefferson. Not a surprise. You know, both of these teams came in with 6 and 8 wins respectively. Benilde ranked 18th in the Class AA ratings. Both very young teams. Should be a real good rivalry the next few years with all the youth and quality out there. So, as they are now conference rivals in the Metro West. Chip to center ice that time, and unfortunately for the Red Knights, Truman not been able to make her way out with the puck. But here is Truman behind the net. She's only a freshman, and she gets it over to her senior counterpart, Swedberg. Stelios going to drop it on down, and I think we're going to have an icing call. The Stelios pass produced nobody home here, so. Also wanted to tell everybody, if you're interested in finding out schedules, the conference has a new website. It's metrowestconference.org. It's got all the schedules for all the teams from Benilde, St. Louis Park, Bloomington, Jefferson, Kennedy, etc. And then obviously Benilde has their own school website that lists all their activities too for all sports. So you want to keep abreast of schedules. Just 2:25 remaining here as we wind down the clock. Peluso in that first unit back out there again. Coach Sherp's trying to get something on the board, build some momentum for the next game. Indeed, the next game for Benilde is going to be this Saturday as they take on Blake. And then they also play Chaska on the 17th. Obviously, Chaska, a new conference opponent. And could be interesting to see how those two emerge. We mentioned Jefferson Kennedy last week, as well as the Red Knights played in a holiday tournament. They did. They lost their last game against South St. Paul 4-2, but they did have success over the holiday break. We wind down the clock here, a minute 40 remaining. We're just going to have an icing whistled here as well. Just as we get ready to close things tonight, I just wanted to let everybody know, if you do want to get a copy of the game, again, go to ParkTV.org if you want to see the replay times or buy a DVD of the game. 3 for $10 a piece, or each DVD is $15. If you got any feedback, you can give Paul a call at the number 2. New faces, going to see some opportunity out there. Number 21, Rachel Graff, doing some nice work out there. I see Maddie Vorleek, I believe, out there, 14 for Bloomington. Nice hold that time by Hewson for the Red Knights. Going to chip it all the way down. As we almost hit the 1 minute mark.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Stelios behind the net, momentarily controls the puck for Benilde. Here's Hewson over on the near side, comes in from her defense spot, but has it taken away. Circling the wheels behind her own net and working it off the boards for Bloomington. And here is number 7, Getter, is just going to chip it on in and peel to the bench. Bloomington going to get one last line change in here with just 30 seconds remaining in the third period here. Jefferson going to get their first conference win of the season in their first conference game. And for Beer Hagen, got to be a nice shot in the arm for Coach Steffen and his coaching staff to see her step up and make some good saves against some quality offensive players, most notably Simone, Sorum, Peluso for the Red Knights, who were really held in check tonight. Just 8 seconds remaining, 2-on-1. We'll see if Simone can light the lamp. Cross rink pass. Oh, Peluso tried to get a stick on it, and she was a little snake bit there, not able to get the forehand opportunity and put it on net, and not able to make things happen for herself. But not a lot to talk about there in the third period. Only one penalty in the period. And for Beer Hagen, the goaltender for Bloomington, she does a nice job only allowing 1 goal and somewhere around 25 shots. Take a look at 30 in the Bloomington team. For the Red Knights, something to build on before they play Blake this Saturday. And that'll push Jefferson's record to 9-8, and Benilde falls to 6-9-2. If you are watching this event live here on Tuesday, January 6th, this is the first of a 2-game high school varsity doubleheader tonight. I encourage you, if you can't make your way out to the rec center tonight, Bloomington, St. Thomas Academy boys that are ranked 3rd in Class AA are playing in roughly 20 minutes. They're going to play Benilde St. Margaret's boys team, who's ranked 11th in the state. I'm really excited to take a look at that game in a boys varsity matchup. We don't often have these doubleheaders. Just got to say hi to Mark Barr here, who works for the Gopher staff. How you doing, Mark? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. Enjoyed watching Ellie, your daughter, out there. Yeah, she keeps trying. Only a sophomore, but a lot of youth on your Benilde team. We were just talking about that again, and yeah, a lot of teaching moments, as you know, right? Yeah, thanks again. So that's gonna Oh yeah, officially the shots for the third, we had Bloomington with 8, Benilde with 4 for a final game total of 34-21. Stick with us here on 16 for the second game in the doubleheader as St. Thomas Academy and Benilde lock horns on 16. Thanks again. Stick with us.